Hey there again, it's Laurelyn here, small business owner, and we're going to go through a few tips about some of the things that you should be thinking about as a business owner. You're thinking, how do I lead through uncertainty? I've got all of these other things to do. I've got finances, I've got operations, I've got to file this, I've got to file that. I've got to find people. I need some HR help to find some consultants. I've got to do whatever it is. You can see my little dog there in the background. Say hi, Maisie. Hello. Anyway, we're going to get into that here and just go through a few quick tips about some of the things to think about and some of the reasons why you need to pause as that business owner and say, maybe I need to think about how to lead through uncertainty, because that's really the problem that you're facing. If your business is not doing well, you've got uncertainty about how to go forward so that you can get unstuck and start to generate revenue. If your business is thriving and you're ready or you're on some exponential growth curve, you need to think about how you're going to scale. And that's a period of uncertainty too. And so one of the things that I'm really looking at and what we do at Steeris is focus on small business owners. How is it that we can help you, right? There's a list of services. There's only so much that you want to do or can afford. We get that. You've got to be out there and generating leads, building awareness, and building that sales pipeline. That takes a lot of energy. And if you're a solopreneur or a one or two person shop, what is the divide and conquer strategy that you have? Who's doing what? Is somebody more focused on the technology or more focused on the books and accounting? What about the sales? We tend to get stuck in the minutia, right? Oh, this is due today. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. I've got my to-do list. Better follow up on those emails. Better do this. Better do that. Because we're procrastinating. The real thing that we have to do is get out there and get in front of prospective customers and say, knock, knock, want to buy a watch, right? That's what we need to do. And it's so easy to procrastinate because it's really hard. Cold calls, soul crushing, right? Absolutely soul crushing. The level of rejection, which doesn't stop, it's constant 100 times a day if you make 100 calls. And so you're thinking, I don't want to do sales today. I'm going to do some of the minutia. But that's the fallacy, right? You think that by doing that other stuff, it's going to make the difference. No, you're better off to let that stuff smolder and get out there, face the burn, prepare, right? Prepare for the hit. It's coming. You're going to get rejected in X number of cold calls or cold outreaches that you do, visits, whatever the nature of your business is. But that's okay. At least you're out there and you're in front of it and you're building a pipeline, because that is so key. One of the things that happens, especially if you are a middle-aged business owner, is that you are set up with all kinds of personal and family dynamics. You may have elder parents and elder care situations. Plus, you may have teenagers at home and you're trying to launch them and get them out of the house. And oh, by the way, you're trying to get a business going, which is all consuming. You may have relationship issues. Maybe you are post-divorce or you're in that phase of life. Well, yeah, we're empty nesting. We're looking at each other now and we're going, yeah, the kids are successful and we've grown apart over the last 20 years. So now what, right? All of this stuff that layers in and around the business. And how can you give your small business the focus it needs if you've got all of this other personal and financial dynamics, right, going on? It's really, really, really hard. But it does give you the opportunity, if you can stop before you slide too far down that burnout, before you slide too far down that point of no return where you're just going to keep going and keep hammering out and saying, yep, that's my customer. I don't really have product market fit. I'm going to go after it. Pause. Give yourself some space to just think. All of the famous business leaders have said that this is one of the most important things that they can do is schedule downtime on their calendars. Whether it's a block of 30 minutes, 1 hour, whatever it is that you can afford, take it. Protect yourself. Go hide. If you have kids at home and you're working from home, hide from them. Go to a place where they can't find you. Go to a library, go to a cafe, go to a whatever. Don't have your phone on and just think. What do you need to do to fuel your reserves because you're feeling that burnout? What do you need to do differently with your business? What priority or thing are you missing? Those are critical questions to ask yourself in that downtime. Now, there's a whole other factor around additional downtime you need. I talk to a lot of folks and they're like, yeah, I'll go to the spa, I'll relax, I'll do some yoga, I'll do. That's not an option available to everybody. But if you can just give yourself that luxury of some space, even if it's once a week, to just think and not be interrupted by 10,000 pings on WhatsApp and Messenger and this and that, you'll be doing yourself a huge favor. When you are this business owner that's going through all of this often personal stuff and all of the business stuff, you need to ask yourself, are you being adaptable? Do you know how to lead through uncertainty? Do you know how to get ahead of whatever the trend is, if it's something that's evolving? A market trend for consumer demand for whatever it is of the product or service that you're offering. Or what's that consumer trend with respect to technology? For example, how is AI impacting your business and the nature of what you do? You need those moments of pause to get clarity so that you can figure out, I got to retool my strategy here because this one is not going to work. And one of the things that you have to build is resilience, because you are going to have more days of rejection than you are more days of success. That is the nature of entrepreneurship. Not everybody's like, yeah, boom, 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 go, another great day. Woohoo, 100,000 in sales today. Woo, I'm flying. You may never get there in a year. So you have to look at that and say, okay, what do I need to do? How do I build resilience so I can stay strong? Because small business ownership, it's a marathon. It is not a sprint. And you need to stay focused on that. Also, emotional intelligence. How are you reacting? How are you showing up to the people that you are interacting with and that may be prospective buyers? What does that look like? Are you trying to pause and just take that moment to get a sense for where they are at and what they're looking for? Or are you coming in like that fire hose? Buy our stuff. Take it. This is awesome. And you're not pausing to A, understand what they need, the buying customer, and B, how they're reacting to whatever that you're doing with your words or your communication style or the force that you're pushing on them to say, yeah, buy, buy, buy. Are you pushing them away? That's where the emotional intelligence comes in. You've really got to look at that. And of course, effective communication is tied into all of that. Are you making eye contact? Are you reaching out with something that is personalized, even if you have a general offer? Can you make it so that you are tying it into the thing that they need, the problem that they are having, and that you have a solution for their problem or something that addresses their need, rather than, yeah, blah, 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 blah. I'm Laurelyn, I'm Steeris, I'm this, I'm that. We've got this, we've got that, we've got this, we've got that. Do you need it? Do you have it? Do you want it? You've got to flip the sales around that way and get it from the perspective of your prospective buyer. That's the only way that this is going to work. One of the things that you may have some issues with is that you think about like, oh, what can I outsource? I know a lot of folks outsource housekeeping in their homes, or they outsource their yard work. They're thinking, I don't have time to run a business or even food. People buy these meal prep services. And so really, every day you've got a new package that arrives and it's all the fixing so you can put together some wonderful meal. Look at your business the same way. What can you outsource? Yeah, I need a little help with the bookkeeping. I'm behind on that. Ooh, definitely taxes. Of course, I outsource that every year. Ooh, what about some of the marketing? Do I have a sales and marketing person who can help me put that message out? Ooh, my web dev. Yeah, that website's looking a little gnarly, a bit old, need to update it. Ooh, blogging. Yeah, I got to be out there too. Can I outsource that? Or operationally, wow, I'm struggling with trying to find ways to manage my time, to time block, to take whatever technique it is that I need to do so that I can focus on all of the monthlies that are due with the various governments and reporting on taxes or workman's compensation or whatever, or to focus on whatever I have to do on marketing and put the social media strategy ahead for the month that's coming. What are all these things that you have to do? Well, this is the little plug for Steeris. One of the things that we do offer is fractional. a fractional CEO and you're thinking, I don't need a leader. I am the leader. Not CEO, Chief Executive Officer. I'm talking about Chief Everything Officer, where you can pay one price for fractional access. And we bring the CFO, the finance people, the HR, the CHRO people to help you with that. The legal, oh, here's some legal advice. Oh, here's the CMO, the Chief Marketing Officer, and COO, Chief Operations Officer. So you can pay one rate, but have access to all of this talent that will flex up or down depending on what it is that you need. That way, it's totally customized. If you only need a lot of marketing and a little bit of HR or no HR, well, then essentially you get the CMO service. But we do it at a rate that small businesses can afford to do. Here's some other thoughts. When you're thinking about getting fractional support services and outsourcing stuff, you can do it or should be able to do it. And if your vendors don't allow that, question why. Rethink why they are your vendor. If they can't give you what you need that's up and down to flex with you as your needs are changing, as your time availability is changing month to month, maybe you've got a kiddo who's going to be graduating in June, so May, June's getting crazy. Maybe you have a lot to do around the holidays because that's your busy time of whatever package or product or service that you offer. It's a holiday delivery association. And so you're really cranking up, and that's the time where you don't have time to be doing the operations, the finance, this, that. So think about that. Flexibility should meet your needs. No vendor should be telling you, these are our terms. This is when we do it. This is how we do it. Go away, just pay the monthly retainer fee, and you'll get whatever you need. That's not the case. You need to have a different conversation. So let's think about this. When you are a small business owner and you are feeling overwhelmed, look at what you need to change. Say, what is the one burning priority? What do I have to focus on? Maybe it's creating an upcoming plan for the next 3 to 4 weeks of what you need to hit. Set those goals, and then you can work diligently every day towards those goals. Whatever that burning priority is, that if you don't do it, it's going to singe your face off. That's the thing you need to do. Oh, I need to go to that event, shake a few hands, exchange some business cards, talk about what I'm doing so that I build a pipeline, then go do it. It might be hard. You have to drag yourself out of bed, scrape yourself out of bed with a spatula, but you have to do it. Whatever that burning priority is, go do. The second thing you need to think about is yourself. Where are you with respect to your mental health, your stamina, your physical health, your energy, your level of motivation? Take that pause and ask yourself, wow, how do I feel? Like, turn this off, right? Turn the phone off, turn all of it, and just say, how do I feel? How do I want to feel? How do I think I should have been feeling by now? And then ask yourself why you are or are not feeling the way that you are, and figure out what you need to do to start changing that so you can get back onto the path of who you want to be, the business you want to have, and whatever it is that you need to make yourself whole so that you can continue to go on. Because again, small business ownership, not a sprint, right? It's a marathon. So good luck to you. We are here. We are a peer support community offering all kinds of expert tips for free. And yes, we have paid services too if you need that. So come check out what we've got going on. Don't do it alone. There are all kinds of people out here like you who are going through the same struggles. They've learned. Most of them are willing to share their best practices. So come on over to the channel here. We'll see you in some of the shows. Check us out. Finance Fridays. Oh, yeah. Small Business Success Sundays. Right? We've got all kinds of things. Transformation Tuesdays. Woohoo. Come listen to more. Wisdom Wednesdays. We got all kinds of stuff. Come check it out.